This is a quick walkthrough of how to enter information. So we're going to look at this organic traffic funnel. And what I've tried to do is simplify this. What you used to have to do with these financial models is enter 36 months worth of data. So here's the organic site visits. I would have to go through and enter on every one of these boxes what I wanted that value to be for 3 years. So I end up with like a ton of these little tiny boxes. And anytime I want to make a change, I have to edit, in this case, all 36 of them. Because there's 12 months a year, I'm doing 3 years, so there's 36 little boxes. What I've done here, instead of that, is you just say, I get 100 visits to my website a month. I'm going to start it, let's just start it in month 1. And that's going to grow 5% per month. And you'll actually see there's a little visualization here called a sparkline. You'll see as I change these, the curve changes. So if I said, you know what, this is going to gather momentum in year 2, so I enter 10%, you'll actually see the curve steepen. And then if I enter 15%, so you don't see the values here, so this gives you a much more exponential curve here, where it's slow at the beginning and then ramps substantially. And what it's doing in the background, it's filling out all of these 36 boxes for you. So all 36 of these changed, but I didn't have to type in all 36 of them, right? So this is a dramatic difference. So if I go back to start here, actually I'll go back to month 1 here. If I go back to the Start Here tab, it's very easy for me to change this stuff. I see the visualization here in the sparkline, in the little chart, but let's say I start slower. I start with 50, but then my ramp is much bigger. I ramp to 15 and I ramp to 20. The other thing I did was you can put in a delay. So this isn't going to start till month 6. I'm going to turn on my website because that's going to take me 6 months to build the product. Actually, let me slow the growth rate so that you can see. Do you see how there's a notch right here? That's the start in month 6. If I set the start to month 12, you'll see the notch move to the right. So that's when I turn my website on, and then it ramps from there. So let's say this is going to start in month 6. I'm going to start with 100 visitors a month. It's going to ramp 5% in year 1, 6% in year 2, 7%. And this is how many site visitors are coming. So as I do my SEO, as I do my social media, I'm able to drive more visitors to the site. And again, on the income statement, so nothing happens until month 6 when I launch my website. I start with 100 visitors, which is what I said here. Here's my 100 visitors, and you can see those 100 visitors here. And then I start growing by 5% per month in year 1. In year 2, I start growing by 6%. So every month it does 6% more than the previous month. And then in year 3, it does 7% more. So it's very easy to set this up and drive the model, and I'm getting 36 months worth of entries, but all I'm doing is changing a few numbers here. So this is very powerful, and it speeds up the editing process and just makes the whole thing much easier. So enjoy.